Well, g'day guys, Steve Collum here as a music industry pro with my music used by thousands of TV shows and many leading international brands. I'm going to give you my hidden vocal and song analysis of Angelina Jordan's song, Seventh Heaven. This is her original song. This is her own song. It's not a cover. And she's an amazing artist. She doesn't wear shoes on stage. She's a barefoot singer. She has a powerful story to that of how she met someone when she was only 6. Her little girl didn't have any shoes, so she made it her vow to support there and give a voice to that. And it's such a powerful message. But let's go ahead and dive into this song, and I'll give you my little take on her style, her vocals, some of the techniques, and some of the song things that I hear. Here we go. That is so cool. Okay, so she has an upright bass that actually is a bit more of a kind of a synthetic kind of bass in the studio. So they've kind of added an extra kind of element to that. And I love the clap. I was going to say finger snaps, but they're not. They're claps. And I love how they're very bright. Later on in the song, you'll hear that the claps get a bit muted and they get a little bit more. They're not as bright, which is such a cool thing to do. But we'll talk about that when we get to it. Here we go.
Life should be live with hope. Oh, you know, a lot of bitterness. There is nothing to do about it. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Okay, I love it how her voice is so mature for her age. It sounds so thick, so full, so much tone and so much vibe. One of the things that she's using to get that vibe or get some of those, I should say, textures and some of those tones is something called vocal fry. Vocal fry is when you have that low kind of stuff happening. I always tell my students it's kind of like when you say I don't want to get out of bed, when you kind of have that kind of vocal fry. When you're singing down low, you don't want to drop the larynx and be like, I'm singing down low. You don't want to bring that down. You want to make sure you got that vocal fry, which keeps your larynx at the same position. You don't want to be moving that around. And she's doing this perfect. Hear the vocal fry when she does this. It's so cool. Some of those lines are great. Let's go back to some of that vocal fry.
Don't give up. Don't give up. 'Cause it's right.
You can hear that there.
In front of your eyes. Seven on my shoulders. Falls heavy. Sometimes I feel all my dreams are slowly fading. I see myself in the mirror. I wanna love the person looking back at me.
Wow, what lyrics there. Sometimes when I'm looking back in the mirror, I want to love that person staring back at me. Wow, that's deep. That's pretty deep. Sometimes our worst critic or our strongest or heaviest or most critique, but you want to love that person staring back in the mirror, which means loving yourself. And so, wow, those are powerful lyrics. Very powerful lyrics.
Sometimes I wanna be powerful. Gotta find the strength within me. Sometimes you look for me.
That's cool. So you can tell that this in this video clip, that worker, the bartender or the person bussing those tables, she kind of like she's building herself up. She's getting it. She's changing from that, being that more that depressed kind of person. She's changing, and then she hits those pots, before she has to probably clean or whatever. She hits those pots to the beat, and I thought that was so cool. I'm gonna go back and hear that again.
Gotta find the strength within me. Sometimes you look for a miracle, but there's nothing in you. Sometimes you have to let go and get lost in the moment.
Wow, that's some great lyrics again. Sometimes you have to let go of all those things, that are holding you down, all those weights, all those things that you got to do, and just live in that moment. I love those lyrics. That's so cool. I'm going back to listen to that again.
And get lost in the moment.
Get lost in the moment.
Sometimes you wanna be careless and let go of sadness. Seven on my shoulders.
I love how her vocals are kind of holding out. They're kind of letting it ring, and then she has the chorus singing underneath that. It's such a cool thing, and she's got some really cool lines. And I love how it's very clear. She's not like, she's got this kind of grit down low, and she's got this vibe down low, but then she's just letting it go, and it feels light, and it feels very authentic to her, very authentic to the style and what the song needs. It needs that kind of that carried away kind of feel, and she's going that. She doesn't need a heavy kind of dragging thing. Gosh, I love that. I think that's really cool. Let's listen to that again.
And let go of sadness. Seven on my shoulders. Sometimes I feel all my dreams are.
I love how now, so she's changed from being in that kind of background or, back room or, just a room in one of the houses in the house or something. Now she's performing this in a little jazz cafe or something. It looks like, there's some candles here and cool lighting.
Slowly fading. I see myself in the mirror. I wanna love the person looking back at me. Seven on my shoulders. Heaven. No. Heaven.
Love those harmonies too.
No. There is nothing to do about it. Life should be live with her.
What a message in this song. So powerful. Life shouldn't be lived with bitterness, should be lived with hope. Gosh, what was those last words there? Life lived with hope. Life lived with hope. I love that. I think that is such a powerful message, such a powerful song, such a powerful word for everybody. Every single day. I think is so cool. What did you guys think of this song? Is this one of your favorite songs of hers? Maybe you have another song that you want me to check out. Pop it in the description below. Pop it in the comments. And if you like this video and you want to get more of these and you want me to do more of these, then please like and subscribe. And then also you have the opportunity now to support this channel on more of a personal level. You can keep us caffeinated. You can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description below. You can buy this channel a coffee, buy me a coffee, and basically keep the channel going. It costs editors, we got to cost many different things, and it just really keeps that channel going. And then lastly, if you're a singer or a songwriter, maybe you're a vocalist and you want to go to that next level, make sure you get up on my email list, because I often open my schedule to new clients and you don't want to miss out. And I'd love to take you to that next level. Many of my students have seen many success. They had their music on film and TV, on shows, on movies, and I'd love to help you. So reach out there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.